everyone, Anne and Bramble Bunny here. Now I teach Kiddibops at some of the community sites and I thought I would show you guys some DIY craft alternative musical instruments that you could make at home with your older children or even your toddlers while they're all off school and nursery, just to give you nice little projects to do. And what I'll do is I'll do a series of videos that you can join in with each week. So you've got a little bit to do each week as we go along. All right? So shall we get started on our first one? Yeah? Right, our first one that we can do is to make some ribbon rings. Now these we use mainly in our newborn classes, but they're good for the babies and the toddlers to just shake around, run around with and generally have fun with and play with. And you can teach the toddlers the colours of the rainbow if you've got enough of the ribbon colours, okay? So what you need is some of these. Now they are the interlocking rings that you can get in the baby section from places like Asda or Morrison's, and they all clip together and they've got nice textured surfaces on them and they're all nice bright colours. And then you get some different colours of ribbon. If you do happen to have the colours of the rainbow, that's fantastic. If not, whatever ribbon you may have at home. If you're like me, you've got a craft cupboard and yeah, you've got plenty of supplies of things like this. So what we do is cut a nice length of ribbon. So I'm going to use the red one here and we fold it in half, get a nice loop and then pop that loop through your ring. Okay, and then what we do is we double knot each of our ribbons on to the rings. Now this is due to safety, making sure the rings and the ribbons can't fall apart and that the little ones can't undo them. So if you tighten a double knot, make sure it's nice and tight so it's not going to go anywhere. And we always, before we give any of our instruments out, we always double check, make sure nothing is broken, nothing is sharp, nothing is damaged, because we don't want any accidents or the children to swallow or hurt themselves in any way whatsoever. So when you're making any of these items, I suggest you just double check before you let your children have them. Just make sure they're nice and safe, okay? So there you go, there's the first one and it's nice and strong. And then get your second ribbon, do exactly the same, fold in half, pop through onto your ring and then double knot, okay? So I'm just going to do this quickly for you so you just get the gist of the idea. So 1, 2 knots, make sure it goes all the way through, nice and tight like that. There you go, and you just keep going all the way across. So you get something like that. Yeah, so they're excellent, jangling about, making noise, and they're nice and easy for them to grab. And if you make more than one, you can interlock them together and then they pull apart quite easy. Okay, so that's our first one, our ribbon rings. Right, the next thing I want to show you in today's video is a shaker. Now we often use baby maracas, or for the older toddlers, maracas. Yeah, they're nice and bright and colourful. The baby ones are easy for them to grab and grasp, and the toddlers have the larger ones to hold on to. Now, you can make your own shaker bottles at home. I found an empty orange juice drink bottle, took the label off, washed it out once we'd finished with it and made sure it was nice and dry. Now what you do, take the lid off and then you can fill with some rice if you have any that you've got spare, so uncooked dry rice, and just get a little bit at a time, drop it into your bottle. Obviously I'm making a mess now, so just be very careful. You can get your children to take part in this, filling in the bottle. I also found some old plastic straws in my cupboard at home, and what I did was I cut them up into little sections, and you can pop them. It's good for fine motor skills as well. You can get them to pop them into the bottle. I'd suggest filling it about that much with your chosen item, and then if you have got one of these, a hot glue gun, then what you can do is put some hot glue all the way around the edge, and then very quickly tighten the lid on, make sure it's screwed down, because we don't want little fingers unscrewing or the lid accidentally coming off, because you'll end up with stuff all over your floor, and we don't want any extra mess to be cleaned up, and little fingers might even put stuff in their mouth, and we don't want that. Even though it might be food related with like the rice or pasta, it's still not cooked, okay? So we just want to make sure everyone is safe. Right, okie dokie. So that's our first 2 makes, okay? So have a try at those at home, and me and Bramble will see you very soon in our next video. Have fun, bye!